I've recently started wearing an Oura ring, which tracks my sleep, my activity, my stress levels, and it's actually a super fun thing that I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of because the data that comes out of it's so cool and it gets you way more in tune with your body and it gamifies these different health goals that you might have, like getting better sleep or getting your 10,000 steps in. Or what's a really interesting one is stress. And so it measures your stress levels based on your body temperature and your heart rate and different things like that. And so it's interesting that I've tried to now gamify my stress levels and make sure that I'm getting actually more restorative time rather than stress time. And actually, something that's really important to me is meditation. I started meditating when I was 18. I got really into it. And then sometimes I would go out in and out of the practice. And for the last, it feels like a couple of years, I haven't meditated at all. And it's kind of a guilty thing, but I felt like, hey, I don't really need it. And I just forget about it. But with the Oura Ring, it's showing me right there that if I sit down and meditate for 10 minutes, I get my heart rate down and I get into that restorative state that it's telling me I'm in. So it's that positive feedback loop and the gamification of the data that's actually compelling me to now meditate every single day. And it's making the habit super easy because again, it's the dopamine. I want to do it and I want to see the results on the app with the data. Same thing with sleep. Over the last maybe 4 months, I've made sleep my number one priority in my life. And that's a dramatic thing to say, but even as I say it, I feel like I'm cheating on that goal because I know that there are still more things that I could be doing to be making my sleep a bigger priority even more. And so the reason why I think sleep is so important is because it just helps with everything else go much better. My whole day is happier, clearer. I feel better, I make better decisions, I'm more likely to exercise, I'm more likely to be less stressed, I'm more likely to eat better actually. So it's just sleep is a cheat code that a lot of us neglect in our work culture where we pride ourselves on actually getting worse sleep rather than better sleep. So the funny thing is now in our office, I'm kind of late to the party with the Aura Ring, but in our office here, we have, I think, 4 people, maybe even 5 people that wear an Aura Ring. So it's kind of like shared culture. And I would hope that we're all kind of shooting for the best sleep scores rather than, oh, I worked so hard, I pulled an all-nighter last night. That's not a good culture. So yeah, the gamification is super cool. The health benefits are cool of getting better sleep, of promoting more activity, promoting meditation and lower stress. But this reminds me of a more general topic, which is what is measured can be managed, right? The moment that I start measuring this sleep data, this health data, this stress data, this meditation data, it starts naturally improving, right? Because I'm more conscious of it, I'm more aware of it, it's gamified, and I can get that more direct input output system of I put in the effort and I get the result right there in the data. I want to get a better sleep score, I want to sleep more, I want to get more REM, or I want to get more deep sleep or whatever it is, it's right there in the data. So I was watching an Alex Hermosi video the other day, and he said quite simply, it's another way of saying it, if you don't measure it, you don't care. So if someone comes to me and says, gosh, I've been getting bad sleep, I really want to improve my sleep, well, if you don't measure it, if you're not measuring it, you simply don't care. You might claim you care, but bottom line is you care about whatever bad habits that are currently in place preventing you from getting good sleep. You care about those things more than your sleep because that's just the reality of the situation. And I was right there. I was addicted to my phone. I had these urges and needs. I wanted to scroll on social media. I wanted to text message. I wanted to get that last hit of, you know, phone dopamine before I go to bed. And before you know it, I'm on my phone later. And then the blue light is causing me to have worse sleep and go to bed later. And it's everything is either an upward spiral or a downward spiral. So that's a little bit of a distraction there. But as far as measuring things, it applies to anything. Your health, it applies to your business. If you care about something and you start to measure it, it will improve because now it is in a position to be managed and you can actually see more clearly how to improve it. So in our business, it comes to our delinquency, our renewal rates, our occupancy. You know, a lot of people talk about in the multifamily industry, yeah, turnover is a problem, or, you know, we try to manage a good community and we try to save people. So when they try to not renew their lease, we try to save them and we work with our tenants and things like that. But brass tacks, what is your renewal rate, right? What is the percentage of existing tenants actually renewing their lease rather than opting to move out? So knowing that data and tracking that data actually means you care, and it puts you in a good position to start making tactical improvements to that data. So remember, if you don't measure it, you don't care.